like a religion in Kenya. Everywhere you go, where 2 or 3 are, that is a discussion. In the Uber, in the salon, in the matatu, in the bar, the discussion in the country is that this man must go because his hands bear the blood of our children. I want to say that this situation cannot be allowed. And since he is not pretending anymore about the killing of the children, he has announced it himself. The people of Kenya have no choice but to make sure they send him home and remove him from office through an election. And that is what is going on. Besides that, the economy is on a nosedive. Pending bills, people who worked with the government for many years, he has refused to pay them. They are owed more than 900 billion Kenya shillings. If you look at the Nation newspaper every morning, there are about 10 to 12 pages of auctions of properties being sold belonging to businessmen who did work for government and they have not been paid for the last 3 years. The only consolation is that nobody is buying the property because nobody has the money to buy it. So they keep on re-advertising every week because there is nobody who has money to buy the properties. William Ruto found a working education system. President MYKE, the third president of the Republic of Kenya, the greatest leader of our time, brought free primary education, and President Uhuru Kenyatta improved it by extending to secondary schools and also bringing 100% transition from primary to secondary school. He found a working university financing model and a help, a working system most of you went through, including I, that he put it aside and brought something that is not working. As we speak, many university students are at home. They cannot access university education. Most principals of secondary schools and head teachers of primary schools are living in fear and in hiding because of being auctioned. The schools are being auctioned because they have not paid suppliers, because money meant for capitation has not been provided by government. So the education system is facing near collapse. The health system, and you people here in America know how important and critical a working health system means to our people. He found a system called NHIF that was struggling but working, that needed improvement. The people at NHIF had come up with a program that needed 800 million Kenya shillings to reform it and make it workable and compliant with the present times. Kasongo came and discarded that system and brought something called SHA and SHIF at a cost of 104 billion Kenya shillings, money that he is stealing with his cronies. And despite stealing all that money, the system is not working. And you people know that because you have parents back at home. You know when they go to hospital, they cannot get their bills paid by insurance. Again, that is something that he has destroyed. He came up with something called the housing levy, ostensibly to construct affordable houses for the people of Kenya. It is not the work of government all over the world to construct houses. Governments put up roads, water, electricity, drainage, sewage. It is the work of the private sector to construct houses. But he has put it by force because he has business interest in company with some Asians to supply cement, steel, and iron sheets. So the whole affordable housing scheme is about corruption. It's about conflict of interest. Again, you find in agriculture, all the sugar factories have been sold to Asians in partnership with Kasongo. Last week, despite us having rice in Moya and Ahero that has not been bought, that is in the stores, he has authorized the importation of 5,000 metric tons of rice, duty-free, that will come and kill the rice farmer in Moya and Ahero. So you find, because of state capture, the president is in business in every sector. He is competing with every other businessman. And because of his advantage as president, he has killed all other business people. He's doing all the businesses in Kenya. I remember when we came into office, there's something called e-Citizen. It was an app that was being operated by some private people and doing some little work for government. And when he came, he brought a lot of issues saying it is wrong for anybody in the private sector to collect money on behalf of government. And he said the Ministry of ICT must take up e-Citizen. Little did I know he wanted the owners of e-Citizen to come into the open. So when they came, he negotiated with them, took 80% of the business and said they should continue, and ordered all government services to be onboarded through e-Citizen. Out of every 5 shillings that is paid through e-Citizen, he pockets 3. That is not enough. The Auditor General has reported more than 10 billion shillings collected through e-Citizen cannot be traced. So what is happening in Kenya is that we don't have a government. What we have is a criminal enterprise, theft of public funds, where the president has taken over all the businesses in the country. He's the chief procurement officer, he's the chief accountant, he is a supplier, he is everything. And nobody can ask a question. And that now brings me to explain to you why we fell out. I believed this man because he came with a Bible, and I'm a Christian. I'm the husband of a pastor. So when you come with a Bible and say you are saved, I believed this man. And all the things he told me and told the people of Kenya, we believed. I did not even have an MOU with him. We never wrote any agreement. I believed everything he told me. But when we arrived in government, it's a one-man show. He makes all the decisions. And all these decisions are selfish. It's about him. He's a businessman. He doesn't care for the country. And I started telling him this is wrong. Within a very short time, he captured Parliament. Parliament cannot ask a question. He captured the Senate. They cannot ask a question. He compromised all institutions of oversight. Nobody can ask a question. The only person who remained who could ask a question was Tinga, Raila Odinga. And he told me, we'll look for this man. He loves money. We'll give him some money. He'll also keep quiet. And sure, as December 25 is Christmas, the way, I'm telling you, just as sure as December 25 is Christmas, the way Osinde has explained, the man is eating and hence observing table manners. He cannot speak, his mouth is full. So the two are one and the same. And you know, sometimes we were debating. Okay, William Ruto is a great mistake. It's a mistake we have to live with. We made a mistake. I made a mistake. And I've apologized to the people of Kenya. But what was the alternative? had we elected Raila Odinga, the same thing would have happened. The two would have crossed ranks. They start eating together the way they are doing today. So we are just saying Kenya was presented with two unpleasant choices. There were two hyenas, but they were different. One without teeth and one with teeth. And I think to a certain extent, President Uhuru Kenyatta was right. Probably we should have gone for the hyena without teeth because it will not finish us in one day. Yeah? Si getukula pole pole. Sasa, mimi, regarding Gachagua, decided to go for the hyena with the teeth. And it started with me. So somebody was telling me, much as I sympathize with you, nafikiri ni sawa, hii fisi iko na meno ilianza na wewe. Ndio sasa ikujie si? So yesterday I heard David Morales saying that Jubilee can support Raila Odinga if they abandon William Ruto. Raila Odinga and